everyone here, and I know many of you have come from far and wide to pay honor to, a tribute to David Quinn, who is just completing 14 years as director of the American Language Program, but is also completing his 34th year as senior, lecturer and senior lecturer in the program. So, and I'd like to insert myself in here. While I know I don't hold the record for knowing David the longest, 34 years is a very long time.
We'll always have Santiago.
Well, yes. I'm sorry, Leslie.
I knew him when he was 13.
There you go. Okay. Well, I definitely can't compete with that. I have known David for 20 years. And that's pretty spectacular. And so I really feel that this is a great honor for me to be able to be the MC of this gig. And to share with you some of David's achievements, and I'd say the most important one being a really great human being. So some of these tributes are mine, but many of them belong to you. These are words that you have spoken or written that tell many, many wonderful things about David. For me, David embodies the best of SCE. He demonstrates unparalleled excellence in teaching, in curriculum design, and in leadership. Some of you have written with unbridled praise, quote, David has perhaps provided greater service to the program than any other faculty member during his 34 years, maintaining a harmonious ALP faculty, improving the ALP's programs and curricula, and enhancing the reputation of the ALP both on campus and in the wider international community. Quote, as a leader in times of great change and uncertainty in the world of international education, David has remained steadfast in leading the program toward many effective changes. And while these changes, along with David's achievements, are vast, I'm going to share with you just a few. Sorry, I had to do it. My nephew did this at my other nephew's wedding, and it would just, I had to figure out. Actually, there's stuff on all the pages too. So, a remarkable talent in change leadership. The ALP is now accredited by the Commission on English Language Programs Accreditation, which is a DOE, a Department of Education organization. And by working toward accreditation, under David's leadership, the faculty of the ALP have evolved in terms of their ability, their interest, their capacity to design courses, to teach in an outcomes-based environment even more effectively than they did before, which was already pretty high. David has also enabled greater diversity and enrollment growth of ALP, and in the last 5 years, he has participated in 9 worldwide conferences and student fairs. Rewind, retake, student fairs all over the world. David is also a true citizen of SCE and the university. He's offered his knowledge and expertise generously in international education to many Columbia schools and programs. And early in my tenure, David was a member of a core team tasked with articulating SCE's core values and defining its future vision and mission. In 2013 and 14, David provided intercultural training for resident assistants in SCE's summer high school programs. And in 2013, he was a featured speaker for Columbia School of Social Work Advisors Appreciation Luncheon. And David's contributions to the profession at large are important and well known. Since 2009, David has served on the Commission on English Language Programs Accreditation in many capacities. As commissioner, as nominating chair, as accreditation denials appeals board chair. That must have been a hard one.
That was fun.
gives you a little insight into his character. And as site reviewer. From this service, he gained valuable insights into best practices in the field of ESL and has been able to provide helpful recommendations to ALP colleagues and his colleagues across the university. He's also continued to serve as site reviewer for the university and college's intensive English programs, better known as UC, and that he's done for a number of years. David presents at professional conferences and meetings all over the country and is considered a truly valuable resource to his colleagues, both at Columbia and in intensive English programs all over the country. Now, as David steps down from his role as director to return to the faculty, you will not be surprised to find that he is as gifted in the classroom as he is in leadership circles and at the podium. By every metric of excellence faculty hold near and dear, David performs at the top, blending his knowledge of second language acquisition, research, and theory with his craft. And this deadly combination results in moving students toward steady acquisition of English structure and vocabulary, and most importantly, toward their goals of knowing English to achieve their dreams. And in the end, what matters most to everyone at SE is how students regard our efforts. And on that note, David, again, is hailed by all. So the quantitative marks that he gets on evaluations are tediously outstanding, so I'm going to spare you all those. And I'm going to close my remarks with a few quotations from students who have studied with David. First of all, we know he teaches vocabulary very well. Quote, "I like the way David always encouraged us to speak in front of the class because it helps to inhibit ourselves." Disinhibit. That's a big word. We also know he has classroom management down pat. Quote, "He did not encourage me to talk because I already talked too much." But he encouraged everyone else to talk. We know his students regard him for his intellect and his imperturbability, smart ideas, and great patience. And clearly David is the man to know. You are a really cool man. Thank you. But finally, and I would say most importantly, we know David as a human being from this student's comment. What impressed me deeply was the sentence that David said on the entering ceremony. He said, "If you're not a good speaker, don't worry. Then you are a better writer." I like that David can always find the greatness inside his students and smiles kindly all the time. By the way, I love the corn muffin you made. So David,
thank you.
Every word was felt by not just me, but everyone here, and I have treasured this time working with you.